Well, guys, it has been a hot minute since I have been here. And I just want to say that I am super happy to be back. It is great to finally be back gracing the airwaves with all of you, with our microphones turned on, our video coming at you. That's right. It is me, Carl Carafel, alongside OMD and Chris Best. Guys, man, it feels like it has been forever, but the shoot job has got me working a lot, doing two jobs because, well,
Yep.
in today's society, we kind of have to, unfortunately. And yeah, it's good to be here for a few minutes, anyways, to talk about some professional wrestling.
Yeah,
And
and
you know what?
I get why you work the two jobs because Saturday, I blew my own brain. I have my own shopping cart that I use for shopping, and it normally can, when I try to fill it up, it costs me about $150 to fill it up.
Right.
But on Saturday, I surprised myself and filled it up with $50, and I'm like, dude, I have not done that in 10 years.
Right?
So, how many big things did you purchase?
None, actually. Like, the biggest thing I
Jeez.
was going to purchase was a box of chicken strips, but they were already gone.
That's crazy. I was just at Walmart yesterday because, well, I needed some Dr. Pepper and I had to get bottles, 2-liter bottles, because they were out of cans. They were out of the 12 packs. Yesterday alone, it was 60 some dollars. We went back today. We had to get a few more things, and it was like $110 for just grocery, just different things. We did tacos tonight. We did like taco wraps tonight. So just, getting the salsa, getting the sour cream, getting just small little things. I got myself some refried beans because I like refried beans.
Oh, yeah.
Just these little things. And then I got my cans of Dr. Pepper. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that alone was over $100. It's insane right now.
I mean, we talk about this now. I mean, you guys know I go to Dollarama to buy my pop because it's $1 for a 1-liter bottle.
Yeah.
And I buy the cases of 15, so $15 for $15 plus tax.
Right.
Right. And yes, I got my Dr. Pepper, and I mean, after taxes, it's $65 for 4 cases of pop.
Yeah.
But you're getting your value because it's not refrigerated.
Right, exactly. And we really got to nowadays take a look around and find those types of deals when it comes to everyday life. Even I was looking around, the spouse and I are going to be going to Toronto in September for a concert, and I was looking around at like hotels for us to go to, and hotels are astronomical as well. You're looking $200, $300, $400 a night. Thankfully, I was able to find a small place that gives us a really nice looking room. It's almost like a 1-bedroom little apartment type of situation, and I got it for under $550 for the entire stay. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, you really always got to take a look and find those deals.
Yeah. And I mean, you and I have stayed in some decent hotels and some flea bag motels on road trips we've done.
Yeah.
I seeing the hotel sales these days makes me miss my military discount I used to get.
Right.
For me, my military discount, $100 a night. That's what I paid.
Well, and it's funny because a number of years ago, I think it was when Carl and I went to see Impact in Grand Rapids. We stayed at this flea bag hotel that was just horrible. You could hear the people in the next room going.
Yeah.
And then when we went for Five Finger Death Punch, Volbeat, Hell Yeah, and Nothing More, we get this gorgeous hotel on the water, and it was $100 for the night.
We temporarily lost Carl. He'll be back in just a second, but we've got an old school viewer coming in with a Basser coming in.
Basser's
coming
good
in.
to see you.
Basser coming in and saying, "Hey boys, how's it going?" And did we get Carl back?
I am back. My screen went totally black.
Wow.
I'll shoot you guys a picture shortly, but yeah, like my entire screen went black. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't do anything. I had to right click and go refresh, and so refreshing kicked me out.
Wow.
So I had to come back in. That's the first time I've ever experienced that. It was different.
See, that's what happened to me last night when we were doing the Raw Patrol.
Right.
Oh, like your entire screen went black.
Yeah, everything I was doing froze on me at that time. Like I was trying to punch up some news stories for tonight, which I've got and I've sent to you guys. So.
Yep. But as you alluded to, Carl, it's been a hot minute since I've been back as well. I've had 2 weeks off as I've had my son here.
Yep.
He's back home in Duberville now. We had a blast for the last 2 weeks. So it's good to be back.
Good. Before we get into tonight's... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
It's nice to have you guys back because I've been running the show on my own.
Well, we appreciate everything you've put into it.
Definitely do.
Thank you.
100%. That was going to be 2 quick things before we continue on, before we get right into the show. First, I wanted to, as we've already done, thank you, Mr. Chris Best, for taking the reins, for continuing on, for even doing solo shows for us while we have, kind of been away, unfortunately, not able to be here because of work or other life issues. So thank you very much for that.
I love doing this show.
The second part, if you guys are watching on video, you see it scrolling down below, collarandelbowbrand.com. Turnbuckle Talk is the first sponsored podcast from Collar and Elbow Brand. I am wearing my classic heather gray Collar and Elbow branded shirt. OMD is even wearing... Are you wearing it today?
I am not. I'm wearing my Triple H shirt tonight, but last night I had my heavy metal Collar and Elbow shirt on for the Raw Patrol.
That is right. If you want to check out that shirt, go and look at the Raw Patrol from last night. That shirt is not available anymore, but there is so many good things over at collarandelbowbrand.com. Founded by pro wrestling star Al Snow. Thank you, my friend, for allowing us to be part of this amazing company. And we want to save you guys a little bit of cash. Use the promo code JK Podcast at the checkout and get yourselves 10% off. That's JK Podcast to save 10% at collarandelbowbrand.com. And in an interesting turn of events, as we played that video, normally our microphones go muted. Mr. Chris Best's microphone did not go mute right away, but it has muted now, as well as OMD's microphone is still muted for some reason, which is perfectly fine because we have got both of them back now.
I didn't even see the video play. All I saw was quietness, and I'm like, uh-oh, dead air. I better say something.
No.
No, the video started to play, but I ran into my normal audio issues on that video.
Goodness. Telling you guys, try a different browser. Move away from the Fox. Maybe find yourself on the edge.
tried the Edge, and it laid me out worse than Chrome did.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's super interesting because I've been using Edge and it's been perfectly fine.
There's on the Edge.
There's the Edge. No, there is lots to talk about when it comes to the world of professional wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Especially within the WWE and things that have been going on. But there is one piece that we need to make sure that we mention, and we will be talking about that at the end of the show tonight. And another fallen soldier within the companies, within the world of professional wrestling, has left us. And we will take a little bit of a dive into that at the end of the show. There is something that I want to talk about with you guys here before we get into more news, and that is the Wyatt Six. Now, we have seen all the videos. We have seen the crypticness that there has been. We have seen Bobby Stats make his way into the video here live with us on chat. Bobby, good to see you, brother. Thank you so much for coming by. And I thought that we were going to be done with all of that, to be honest. As soon as we saw the Wyatt Six make their appearance on programming, well, as it turns out, that is not the case. Because yesterday, after Monday Night Raw, I'm just trying to, I had the article right here, and it is scooped away from me, but I will find that. But it's very interesting what has been going on with the Wyatt Six and their almost seeming rise within everything that has been going on. Now, they decided that they were going to go to social media and post a little bit more crypticness there. And the official Wyatt Six account posted a link to a cryptic website slathered with poetry, journal entries, and some altered photographs. There's an unknown person or an unnamed person who apparently had wrote the entries and makes numerous references to an unseen figure who the writer feels is either guiding them or outright writing the posts for them. The website is back in the same style that it has been before, kind of like the old Angel Fire or MySpace websites that have been out there. And a lot of the pages and photos reference the June 17th debut of the group, references to the massacre which they committed backstage. There's a recycling bin in the corner of the screen that can be accessed with the password "thank you." Thank space you, and it contains a number of hand-drawn pictures featuring the group. What in the blue hell is going on? And I say that in a good way.
Right. This being the first I'm hearing of it, I can only speculate.
So I'll spell it out for everyone, just so that those that are listening can go and check it out if they want. It is www.wwe.com/archive_recovered. Once again, www.com/archive_recovered. That is the site that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we're
I've got the site pulled up on my phone right now. So
if we're looking at a at someone who's guiding them or outright writing this. I was going to suggest if it's a childlike drawing, it could be maybe one Hendrix Rogue Cabrera's artwork.
Okay.
And maybe it is Alexa Bliss, but I do not want to speculate on that because, I mean, I know we're of the same volition here that she needs to be kept away from this.
Right.
Our old buddy Toxic Pinches.
Brother, good to see you. Love you, and thank you so much for coming by. We are talking some crypticness right now with the Wyatt Six.
Is that thank you password 2 words or altogether 1 word?
2 words. And just so that OMD understands, here is one of the pictures from the recycle bin with that password capital T. So thank space you. So this is kind of the artwork that we're talking about. So I don't know if that kind of aligns with what you were talking about and thinking.
It does, but I'm wondering if that could be maybe a call to Lily.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who also has an affiliation with Alexa Bliss, and I totally got Bliss vibes just off that image at the top there.
Right? That's what I was getting as well. Definitely, that's what I was getting as well. And to see that it's done almost childlike really makes me believe child. And Lily was kind of that small little package. Right. And that was very, very much so child looking. I don't want to say childish because it really wasn't childish. But yeah. Very, very interesting. And a lot of these drawings are drawings that have been done and we've seen kind of sporadically come across on our screens before throughout all of this.
Right.
So it's interesting to see that all of these pictures and that the very last one has 6.17.24. You will behold what we have become with, like, do you want to meet them? When the circle was broken, they were let loose. No direction, lost and confused. And all of these things are in the recycle bin of that website.
Mm-hmm.
So why
now one of the images
bin?
one of the images I clicked on just right away, it's an image of the White Rabbit in a gold frame picture.
Yeah.
And another drawing with somebody with their face covered. And immediately I looked at it and it reminded me of Bray Wyatt when he was doing the alter ego as when his alter ego was Sister Abigail. And I'm going to show you the image right here on my phone. And I totally got that vibe as soon as I saw that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's funny that we bring this up because I've been reading a lot yesterday and today from the internet whiners how the Wyatt Six have gotten stale.
Oh.
How they've gotten bland.
Are you kidding me?
I know. But because it's the same thing every week. And I can understand where they're coming from because we are getting the repetition, but we know that they're also involved in a feud with American Made.
Right.
Now, for me, they haven't gotten stale. I still get chills. I still get goosebumps. But I do understand the perspective of these others.
And I think it's very interesting to note. So anybody that does go to that site, again, www.wwe.com/archive_recovered, the very bottom of that page, which is clickable. I haven't clicked on it as of yet, but it says all entries are sorted chronologically. And then it has a date of 2008 to 2024.
2008 would be. Sorry, 2008 would be roughly around the time that both Wyndham Rotunda and Bo Rotunda came to FCW.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Bobby's got a question saying, do you guys think potentially Braun Strowman could be joining in the Wyatt 6 since he was with Bray Wyatt before?
I think we managed with the Braun to actually get away from the Bray Wyatt stuff with him. So I'm kind of comfortable with what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I don't think so because he's off doing his own thing. And I mean, even both he and Rowan have said it has been a little bit weird in the locker room because they didn't fall out, but they lost touch.
Right.
And now that, Wyndham Bray isn't there, it's still awkward. Like they can say hi to each other, but it's just not the same.
Yeah, it makes sense. I totally get that. I totally understand that.
So I don't think we need Braun in the Wyatt 6.
No, I don't think so as well. Not needed, for sure. Not needed. Yeah.
Do I see him crossing paths with the Wyatt 6 at one point? I believe so. In a feud.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say why not? There very well could be potential for that to happen. There's no reason why it can't happen.
Right. Now,
if done properly.
If we go with the way you and I feel, and I'm not sure where Beth stands on this, but if they keep Alexa away from the Wyatt 6, do we see the team of Little Big take on a team of Rowan and Nikki Cross in a mixed tag?
I'm honestly a fan of the relationship between Alexa and Braun, because if you ever watch, I think it was the Road Trip at WWE show that they used to do on the network, seeing the stuff that her and Braun would do together was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, that's what friends do. And we all know that, in real life that they are friends. So it was just very, very fitting for that to happen and for an on-screen friendship of sorts to really be positioned to both of them and for both of them to accept that and take that. Not that they'd really have any choice, but for the creative to actually bring that to all of us, I think was a fantastic idea. And I loved it as well. I think it was very well executed.
Right Along was the name of the episode, the show.
Yes,
it popped in my head as you said it.
Yeah.
But I clicked on that image just now, and it's weird what I'm seeing. I'm seeing what looks kind of like the Northern Lights. But I can't make out what's being shown here. There's letters and numbers here. Massacre. It spells out massacre.
Yes, it does. With the date at the bottom.
24. Yeah.
That was
the images.
Their massacre on Raw.
Yeah.
But the image. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, who are you seeing in that image?
It looks like Nikki Cross, but I'm not sure.
Yes, it does. 100% it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, although the chin area is a little more almost looks like it's got a beard or is elongated. But
the beard
rest
looks
of
almost like
flowing.
Rowan's. Yeah.
Right.
It looks almost like Rowan's beard.
Right. So now look at the hair that's there as well.
That's where I'm getting the Nikki Cross vibes, though.
Okay, I was getting the Nikki Cross from kind of the white flow.
Oh, wait, there. Gacy.
Right.
I'm seeing Gacy now, too.
Right. I'm seeing
it's got to be an amalgamation of all the characters.
Exactly. That is, right? That's exactly what I'm seeing is an amalgamation. Just a coming together of each one of them together. That's it. Yeah. Pretty wild.
That's creepy and really well done.
And I'm not really finding a lot more hidden stuff per se. I kind of listened to the music that was on there a little bit, and I'm not really feeling anything different from that. It's all kind of the same, but just about every aspect of this page is clickable. I even went into
now. Have you seen the image they posted today on their Twitter?
No, I have not.
It's a jumble of words, but see, that's what I don't know, because that's the puzzle with the Wyatt site.
Very true. Very true.
It just keeps repeating. You stopped saying thank you. You stopped saying thank you. And it's got like there's an image behind the words. And it's got like the old CRT lines on TV.
Right.
Right behind it. Here, just like this.
What's the account? Which account?
Wyatt 6, their Twitter account, the official Twitter account.
Wyatt 6, which is at Wyndham 6. And I'm not seeing that on there.
Oh, I got at Wyatt 6.
Okay, let me try that. Let me try at Wyatt 6. At Wyatt 6. No, I don't see that at all. Wyatt 6 with the blue check mark just takes me to Wyndham 6.
Huh.
Very odd and different. Neither here nor there. It's all good and all okay. That image that you have there, I do believe, is on the website as well. That we were just looking
it links
at.
It has the link to the website. So, but wow,
yeah.
Maybe it was too soon for me to put away my phone for these kind of things.
Right. There is a lot of poetry that is in here. Journal that has been found. Right. I found my journal with a whole bunch of pages, a lot of different things to really take a look at, and we can kind of break down, and hopefully we'll be able to get some more answers on that at a later time. Either way,
here's a bit of a shot. Here's a bit of a shot in the dark. You said poetry. Could be Heidenreich.
Oh, maybe.
I was going to suggest maybe some poetry in motion. And get the Hardys. The creatures and the deleter of worlds.
Huh, maybe.
I actually did. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I actually did enjoy Matt and Bray together as a team.
Yeah. No reasons why that couldn't happen either. Very, very much so. Really giving us a lot more to think about when it comes to the Wyatt 6. And I was able to find that Twitter account that you referenced there and spoke of. I don't know if that is an actual official one or not, but it is there only because there's only 22 posts with this account. And yeah, so I'm not 100% sure if that is an actual account. They just linked to the WWE's website for this. Yeah. Let's move on to a different story. Mr. Chris Best,
let's do it.
What other stories do you have for today?
Got a lot of news coming out of Ontario as far as the pro wrestling scene goes. Especially in the we've talked about other promotions partnering together.
Yes.
And well, Maple Leaf Pro is before they even get their first show has already partnered with two different promotions. They're partnering with Qatar Pro Wrestling and Oceania Pro Wrestling to form a Pro Wrestling Alliance. Scott D'Amore, as we know, relaunched Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling earlier this month in his first major exit since leaving TNA. He's bringing in Jinder Mahal, Josh Alexander, Kushida, Trevor Lee are all going to be a part of the show on the in their debut shows as well. But yeah, he's called out to promote QPW, which is a promotion out in Qatar, which is on the other side of the planet. Mm-hmm. They're calling it the Pro Wrestling Alliance. QPW is committed to bringing the best talent to their region, and they're going to be obviously partnering with Maple Leaf Pro to get some Canadian wrestlers. OPW is an Australian-based promotion ran by Cam Vale, who is focused on bringing the best in wrestling to Australia. I kind of like this deal. I really do. And for Scott D'Amore to get these partnerships off before he even gets his first show going, bravo on doing that, right? What do you guys make of this deal?
This is fantastic. It was Oceania Pro that brought in Impact a couple of years ago for their first ever Australian tour, when New Japan Pro could come over for the Oceania Cup. So this is huge, but it shows you how reputable Scott D'Amore is in the business. But it also shows how much of a unifying force pro wrestling is in the world.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. I mean,
exactly.
It doesn't matter what company you are. If Scott D'Amore comes to you and says, hey, let's put something together, you don't second guess it. And anybody that does second guess when it comes to Scotty, sorry, but not a very smart move. That's how I'll put that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I 100% agree. If Scott D'Amore came knocking on my door and said, hey, you want to start a promotion? 110% I'm starting a promotion with him, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you would be insane not to.
Yeah.
You definitely would be.
Yeah.
Very good for Scott. Very good for Qatar. Very good for Oceanic as well. Fantastic for all of them to come together to bring us some more professional wrestling and to be able to take this and essentially making this worldwide. We're looking at 3 different spots on the world where this is going to be, and this partnership is wonderful.
Yeah, this is great, especially for like the newer talent that Scott's going to bring in, the newer talent that QPW is going to bring in, the new talent that OPW is going to bring in. We talk about that, how they used to do it in the territories, where if you weren't really getting booked in the U.S. territories, you went overseas, you went to Japan and all that. Yep. It feels like we're coming back to that, and that's not a bad thing at all.
No, it's not. And QPW has had other notable names from the major companies in the past, as they have had the likes of a John Hennigan come in, and he's won a Middle Eastern title.
Yeah.
So this is huge. And again, it's not just the wrestlers, it's the mix of styles.
Right.
And the mix of cultures and all of it. So, you know, as I said earlier, it's the unifying force that wrestling is.
It definitely is.
And what I was getting at is the fact that, like, if Maple Leaf Pro is going to bring in, if they bring up a new guy and they want to get some more seasoning out of him, what better way than to send him around the world to get seasoning as opposed to just North America, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. For sure, that makes sense. Good move. Very, very good move from all of the companies involved. Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I am very happy to see more professional wrestling and more companies coming together as well.
Yeah. But I've got some more news from up here in Canada, and I already mentioned his name. But Jinder Mahal has taken some bookings right here in Ontario as well. He is being booked for a show, and this is actually being reported by CTV News. Okay,
Oh,
a website that doesn't report wrestling, to be honest with you. So when I saw this, I was pretty surprised. But he, it says here, former WWE champion, will be in Leamington, Ontario, as part of an upcoming pro wrestling event held in the town. This is being reported by CTV News Windsor, which Leamington is just outside of Windsor. After putting on its inaugural event, the Noble Champions Group is returning for a show August 31st at the Nature Fresh Farms Recreation Center. So if you're in that area, that's where you go for the show. NCG Bad Temper is going to feature 8 matches, including appearances from former WWE champion Raj Desi, formerly known as Jinder Mahal. Oh, I didn't even know this, but Tessa Blanchard's going to be on the show. Rohan Raja on the show. Windsor wrestling legend Irish Bobby Clancy is going to be on the show as well.
Okay.
I kind of wish I had the money for the road trip to go and see this now.
Right?
Good on Jinder, man. Like he's banking on himself. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting with the bookings he's been taking lately. He's banking on himself and making his name, whether it's traveling around Canada or the US. And I know he's got bookings in Mexico coming up as well.
Yes.
But good on this promotion too, for only their second show to be getting Tessa Blanchard and Jinder on the same show.
Well, and if you're getting Rohit Raju as well, I believe you mentioned his name.
Yes.
So I mean that's huge. Now, yes, Rohit is out of Windsor, and yes, as Toxic is mentioning, Raj Desi, Jinder Mahal is a current AAA tag team champion, having just won it on the weekend with his partner Satnam Singh.
And that's what I mean by the further bookings in Mexico because of that title win.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's stated in an interview as well that the WWE set him up for all of this. So he's made a good life. He made a good living.
Right.
Yeah.
And he hasn't, gone and thrown his money away. So he is able to go out and do this and live this. Don't want to say live this lifestyle, but he is able to go out and do this and still make a good living and live comfortably with far less wear and tear on his body.
True.
We can take that live this lifestyle and turn it to enjoy this lifestyle.
Yes.
Because now he can enjoy pro wrestling instead of making the money in the pro wrestling business.
Very much so. Yeah. Good for Jinder.
Bobby,
for sure.
Yeah.
Good for the company itself as well. Amazing that Ontario is getting, really good things when it comes to pro wrestling.
Yes, exactly. I know we've got a sad story.
Well, I don't want to just say that. I don't want to just say that Ontario is getting good things for wrestling. I want to say that Canada is getting good things when it comes to professional wrestling, and I have to give a shout out to this company for history, making history. So this is a quote from Danielle Wu, the general manager and EVP of tourism for the West Edmonton Mall, where it says, at West Edmonton Mall, we're always looking for new and exciting entertainment experiences for our guests to enjoy. So we're thrilled to be partnering with Love Pro Wrestling to bring the West Edmonton Brawl to life. We look forward to welcoming our wrestling fans from far and near to take in this energy-filled event and be part of history as we host this first of its kind event at the Ice Palace inside of the West Edmonton Mall. Now, some of the names so this event has happened already, and it included names like Jasmine Allure, Millwood's own Gigi Ray, the Voros twins, Michael Richard Blaze, Zoe Sager, and a headliner in one Mr. Rob Van Dam. So excellent, amazing, and good for them to be bringing an event like this together,
right,
inside of the West Edmonton Mall. That's insane on its own. I don't think we've seen an event inside of a mall since Mall of America that's gotten, any type of big notoriety.
Yeah, OMD and I were talking about that, and pretty sure the last thing we heard about wrestling in a mall was the first Nitro, which was at Mall of America.
Yep.
Ooh, this is good news too.
No.
Our friend Toxic is saying, if all goes to plan, he will be going to Shropshire. I butchered that, and I apologize. Wrestling Alliance, the SWA, Saturday, the 21st of September, with the Summer Blowout, with a huge debut as current TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordan Grace will be there.
Wow. Good for you, Toxic.
I'm incredibly jealous because I would give anything to go see Jordan Grace wrestle live.
Yep.
So now, Toxic, is that going to be as a fan or as a worker? I don't know if you're still working or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's hard to keep track of everybody nowadays, so I have to ask every once in a while.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's even fantastic. And to get, I mean, so we know that Impact is still technically a Canadian company. So to be there in Canada having TNA stars is fantastic. As a worker filming for the SWA now, that's fantastic.
So cool.
Yeah,
love awesome. Hearing that. As most of you know, for us, at least for Chris Best and myself, we do the commentary for Canadian Wrestling's Elite when they make their way through our little city of Sault Ste. Marie. So to hear that other people are still giving back and doing what they can within the business warms me.
Yes. As Dennis Leary would once say, it warms the cockles of my heart.
That's right. It definitely does.
But I know where Toxic's coming from because I also used to do filming for our local promotion that we used to have here as well.
Yeah.
Right.
And even then, like, even if we didn't get the big names, that was still exciting to go and do.
Yeah.
Any opportunity that you get as a worker or a former worker, still being able to be involved within the world of professional wrestling is always a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are 45 minutes into the show now, and we do want to make sure that we're not going to play the clip this week because I just don't feel that it is fitting for this. But I think what we will do is we are going to put up the graphic. We're going to remove the banners, and we are going to do our very own Turnbuckle Talk. 10 bell salute for Afa. It is definitely a sad time in the world of professional wrestling, and especially for those within the family, the Anoa'i family, as Afa has recently passed away.
Yeah, and I can't imagine what they're going through. I mean, they just lost Sika as well. And I was doing a little bit of reading up on Afa because I wanted to get a little bit of a history of him from the 70s, because I didn't know too much of what he was doing in the 70s, other than the multiple tag team titles he's won with his brother Sika. And speaking of his brother Sika, this is the one thing I didn't know. I didn't know that Afa trained Sika.
Oh.
I did not know that. Really? Afa got into the business before him, and I guess Sika was like, hey, I want to get into, and Afa was like, I'll show you. So Sika was the first person that Afa trained, and I believe Batista was the last one, I think they were saying. I can't recall. But sure. My earliest memory of Afa is the 93 Royal Rumble. It was so funny watching him, because it was Samu. Samu drew an early number, and Afa just ran with him down the ring, grabbed him by the hair, threw him in the ring like he was just friggin' pissed off that he drew early. But then Fatu drew like number 25 later, and you see Afa walking down and he's talking to him all calm and almost like buddy, like, hey, I'm glad you drew a good number. It was funny to see that.
Right. Yeah. Again, humbled. I mean, you guys know my experience at WrestleMania. Humbled to have been at the Wild Samoans Hall of Fame induction.
Yep.
So I will put that up for everybody to see.
I got to see that yesterday when I was at your house. That was awesome.
You did. Again, as Best alluded to, I think my earliest memory of Afa was him debuting as the manager of the Head Shrinkers with Captain Lou Albano.
Right.
But going back and then seeing his history with the Wild Samoans, and I believe even before that as part of the Samoan SWAT team. But I could be wrong on that.
You are wrong on that one, because the Samoan SWAT team was Fatu and Tonga Kid, I believe, in WCW.
Okay. So, humbled to, share in a little bit of their history. But again, just an indelible mark that he left on the entire family, on the entire wrestling industry, with everything that both he and Sika put into WXW as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And training and bringing up this next crop. That if they brought Batista up and got him ready for FCW, and I mean, I can't even remember any of the other major names that they've trained.
It's a long list of names, I'll tell you that.
Right?
It is.
Sure is.
It reads like a who's who of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, for sure it does. We do want to note that he actually wrestled in the WWF, at least his final match on May 22nd, 1994, teaming with the Head Shrinkers as they went on to defeat the Quebecers and Johnny Polo. And then he left the WWF in the mid 1995-ish. is when he left.
It wasn't long after they brought in Barbarian to take over Samu's spot.
Right. Right. And then he decided to go on and after leaving the WWF, start training again.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could say, wrestles at his Wild Samoan training facility along with Sika. In 97, both of them reunited for one night, teaming at the IWA Night of Legends, which is very, very cool. And then he came out of retirement once again to wrestle for his promotion, World Extreme Wrestling, at the age of 71. The last time that we got to see the Wild Samoans together on our television screens was technically at Hell in a Cell in 2020 to celebrate the victory of Roman Reigns.
Yes.
We do have to make note as well that in 1999, Afa and Lynn started the Usos Foundation, a non-profit organization aimed to turn youth away from drugs, gangs, and poverty by providing them with scholarships to the Wild Samoans Training Center.
And again, there were a number of people who took advantage of that. And there's a part of me that wishes that I was able to get in on that, not gonna lie.
Right? Yeah.
Another memory.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Another memory I have of Afa comes from SummerSlam '94. And it was the Head Shrinkers taking on Bam Bam Bigelow and IRS, and things just went bonkers. Bam Bam slugged Afa. Afa got in, and oh my God, the look on his face, if looks could kill, because when Afa looked pissed off, it was run, And right. Afa came in and just cleaned house, and for a guy at his age at that time, I was just totally blown away that he was still able to go at that point.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. He did do some acting as well. A little bit. Very little. In 1987, doing a movie called Body Slam. Also in 1987, he was on an episode of Miami Vice as henchman number 2.
Okay.
And the episode was called By Hook or By Crook. And then in 1993, he appeared in almost cult classic Mr. Nanny.
One of my favorite Hogan comedy movies. I'm not going to lie.
A very well-lived life, very accomplished career, and very loved individual when it comes to the world of professional wrestling.
Yes.
He did pass on August the 16th of 2024. It was announced that he had passed of a heart attack at the age of 81, less than 2 months after Sika passed away as well. So we have got a couple Wild Samoans running the ropes in that ring in the sky.
They're tearing the house down for the Heaven Wrestling Federation.
Yep. If I can say 2 words to Afa, thank you.
And I think at this point, we can all acknowledge Afa. If you that are listening or watching this back on a replay have any memories of Afa that you would like to share with us, please leave us a comment down below. Or if you were following us on audio format on Good Pods, you can also leave us a rating and a comment as well. We do see each and every one of those. And we would love for you to become part of our team over on Good Pods. That's at goodpods.com/turnbuckle-talk-26454. Or you could just check the socials because we post it there often as well. We'd love for you to go over there, sign up, listen to a number of different podcasts that are available on that network, and leave us a rating. A couple weeks ago, we were actually at number 1 in the top 100 indie wrestling podcasts. And that's because of people like you who come by and leave us that rating. And even if you aren't able to listen to the entire episode, leaving us that rating really does help us out. It pushes the show up in the rankings and out to other people as well. And if you have enjoyed listening to this show today or any other show that you have seen on the Turnbuckle Studios network, tell a friend. Have them come by and check us out as well. If you guys are looking to check out anyone that is here with this network, well, the three of us at least. Yeah, Bobby says it best. Enjoys watching you guys on the YouTube channel. We are on YouTube as well at Turnbuckle_Studios. But if you're looking for other things that Mr. Chris Best does, he'll tell you where to find him.
Yeah, you can find me at youtube.com at CBRS Entertainment, twitch.tv CBRS_Entertainment, threads.net at CBestFilms83, facebook.com Chris.best83, tiktok.com at CBRS.entertainment.
OMD.
People, you can find me on the Book of Faces under my real name, Daniel Hrycyk, Hrycyk. On Snapchat, One Man Dynamic, capitals on O, M, and D. On Twitch at OMD17 and Discord at OMD6370.
And for myself, I've made things super simple and easy. I have a link tree. You can check that out at linktr.ee/Karl Karufel. That is linktr.ee/KarlKarufel. Don't forget about Collar and Elbow brand with that promo code JK Podcast. And check out our Redbubble store, karlkarufel.redbubble.com, where you can find yourself some amazing Turnbuckle Studios merchandise from nearly all the shows that are available on this network. And if you're interested in getting into the podcast game or the vidcast game like we do here, send us a message on any of the socials to see how you could possibly become part of the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program, a program where we lend our resources to you and allow you to create content just like we do here. We want to thank each and every one of you for coming by today and for taking some time to remember Afa along with us. We will play our outro this time, as we always do. We want to thank each and every one of you once again. Remember, everyone, the world's a scary place. Take care of each other.